Hi there, welcome on my channel Reviews on Occasion. I'm Mitch and today we're gonna test out my everyday carry, a Kubey folding knife. We'll compare it to the previous one that you saw on a video I made earlier, so you can see how much of a difference is it. So enjoy the show. 3, 2, 1, boom! So here we are in the woods again. This is my everyday carry, a Kubey knife, and this one actually is much thicker than the previous one you saw, and it is made from D2 carbon steel, so it holds on its sharpness quite nicely. So I have it for like 7 months now and I didn't have to sharpen it. I should though, because it did get a bit blunt, but for my use it's really not bad. If we compare it to the previous one, you can see the tendency of the blade shape that I have. Compare the thickness. This one is much more thicker and it's much more steady because it holds in very nicely. You shouldn't do that I do, holding the blade like this, but these are the special gloves, anti-cutting gloves, so I can do that to a certain point, of course. The folding mechanism is actually fantastic. It is very light. You don't have to put much of the force to unfold it, and to fold it back you can just do it like this, no force whatsoever. You can actually open it like that. Oh, they knocked it, but if you do the upward downward movement it will open. If you move it like this, nothing's going to happen, so I'm quite sure it's not going to open in my pocket. Another thing, it has a polymer handle. It is very solid and the design is actually fantastic. If you take a look at it at the certain angles, the way it is made is very good for an eye, I must say. Looks fantastic. And the blade itself is great as well. It does have some stains on it because, well, I have to confess, I thought I have it in my pocket it's not gonna rust because, well, it's dry in my pocket, but unfortunately it wasn't, so it did get a bit of a rust quite quickly. It is carbon steel, it is D2 actually, so it has some corrosion resistance, but it's not that great as a stainless steel. So if you do get one of these, and not that precisely, but with the carbon steel, make sure the blade is dry. Don't make my mistake. Make sure it's dry, clean it regularly, and make it greased at a certain points. Move to that bit, the pin. It is very solid compared to the previous one that like I said, it actually fell off quite easily. I had to repair it countless of times. I can't remember even how many, but it was terrible. But this one holds in very nicely. So let's see how good it is in cutting. It is actually knife only. That one, the previous one, was the rescue knife. So I have a knife, the shuttering pin for the glass, etc. This one is just a knife. It might be quite good for book crafting because it holds in, it is thick and holds in the pocket quite nicely. So let's find ourselves a branch and see how well that one performs. I actually made that video a bit earlier, but battery went down, so I had to make it again. So I did some cuts like this. So as you can see, it gets in very nicely. After 7 months of use and not sharpening it whatsoever, it is really good. That's how carbon steel is performing. So if you do get a knife, if you take care of it quite properly, it will give you a very good tool. So no problem cutting the branches whatsoever. This one's quite dry now. So see if I can do the wood feathers that I saw in the video. Not good. I'll have to actually gonna practice on it. See, but I can control the blade very easily because it is firm and the mechanism that opens and locks it. So no problem over there. So for the cutting, I use it every day. Every single day at work, at home. So it cuts in very nicely, and if you use some force into it, nothing happens to the blade. It's very thick and very durable. So you can actually do a small hatchet job done. Well, some bushcrafters probably gonna hold their heads. What the hell is he doing? I sense it myself over there. Because, well, I just wander around the woods, just want to be prepared for anything, feel safe. So I'm not really that of a bushcrafter myself. So someone probably more skilled is going to do a much better job about it. But as a tool, I can say quite easily and confidently that it is a very good knife. For the ones that I had, it's the best one ever. So if you do have an occasion to get it, well, don't hesitate, because well, it might be, well, actually it is not relevant, but the looks of it, you can see it is very nice. And actually this cut over here allows you to have a good control on the blade. So you can rest your thumb over here, your index finger right over here, and you can control the blade very easily. So it is multi-purpose tool that is really great. So yeah, I do recommend that, for my humble opinion. If you're interested in it, of course, to get it if you have a chance. Or something else with the carbon steel, because that really does make a difference, really. Because the stainless steel that I have with that one, no, it is crap, really. Not bad for the money that I had, but this one's better, much better. So I hope you liked that video, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.